Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 6 of Automation in a Day series. I'm Iman Malik, and I'm a Power Platform functional consultant here at Prismware Technologies. In the previous session, you learned how to use the AI Builder, which is basically a low code AI technology, and you learned how to automatically extract information from the email attachment invoice file and then use it as input for the desktop flow. Let's see what you're going to learn today. In today's session, you will learn how to integrate with Teams and build on the automation that's implemented in previous modules to process invoices automatically. Now, users don't need to manually check email or enter the data step by step. The automation doesn't send payments to the vendors automatically. Instead, a human supervisor approves and confirms that the invoice is real and it is ready for payment before the automation moves to the next step. Power Automate provides seamless, built-in human approval mechanisms that you can use. While most organizations are experiencing some form of digital transformation, every organization has their own pace and strategy. And in some cases, you may want to keep some of your older system. Digital transformation ultimately is about allowing your organization to be nimble and efficient. Sometimes that means keeping your older systems and figuring out how to integrate them with your more modern systems. With this critical need in mind, we are very excited to begin the public review of Power Automate's new robotic process automation capability. With the new RPA capability, Power Automate further empowers non-technical users by offering automation for your older applications which do not have APIs. With RPA, you can now apply the efficiencies of automation to your older system. The need for robotic process automation is that it breaks down the barriers to automating legacy software with RPA. It enables us to automate mundane, rule-based tasks. With RPA, you can automate legacy software without APIs. It opens the world of automation to include software that's old or new, on premises, or in the cloud. Approvals are time consuming tasks which are essential for business operations but are not high value tasks. Yet, every day, employees in organizations around the world manually handle approval processes, which are inefficient. Power Automate enables easy automation of many types of approvals and common scenarios as pre-built templates. Simply select the right scenario to match your needs, customize on top of one of the existing templates, or build your own approval Power Automate from scratch. By automating approval processes, you're saving your organization time and improving your employees' efficiency and capacity. In today's hands-on lab, you will complete the following tasks in the lab, which will complete the end-to-end invoice processing solution. You will integrate a Teams-based approval model and the associated conditional logic into the invoice processing cloud flow. You will also integrate the Windows-based desktop flow for entering the invoice information into the approval process. And lastly, we will integrate Outlook-based approval and rejection notification into the invoice process. And we will perform a test of the end-to-end invoice processing cloud flow in the end. So for starting today's demo, we will open the desktop flow for entering an invoice information that we created in the last session. And in that, we will open it in edit mode. And from here, the last step was sending an email. And now we will delete this step from our flow to add the team's approval after extracting the information from the documents. Now, to add an action, you will search for Teams connectors, and when you search for Teams connectors, you will be given a different list. So you have two options. You can use post a choice of options as the flowbot to a user, which we are going to be using today. And the other approach is to use a richer, more innovative approach that requires the posting of an adaptive card and then wait for a response. So over here, we will start searching for post a choice of options. So once it starts searching, it will probably return the connector for Teams. So now once it has completed its search, you will see the following option of posting a choice of options as the Flowbot to a user, and you will click that. Now let's add the options for the response. So first option could be yes, and the second option for the response can be no. And over here you can add the recipient email address, and in the message let's add the dynamic content. Over here you can choose the total value, and on the date you can add the date value over here from the dynamic content date value, and the contact person is, and now let's add the contact person from the dynamic contact value. Okay, so this is how you can type the body of the message and the recipient. Now let's save this. Now let's add one more step in our flow, and that would be a conditional control step. So once you search for control and you'll select condition. Now in this one, let's search for the dynamic content, and you will search for selected option because our condition will be based on the option that is selected in the approval, and is equal to yes. So let's say if the option selected is yes, now what would we want to do in that scenario? So you can see we have added the condition of what would happen if we select a yes. So if the condition is true, the flow will go over here, and if the condition is false, the flow will follow over here. So let's add more steps over here.
So now what we're going to do is we are going to copy this connector and all the information that we had in that connector in the true condition, and then we will add a new action in this flow below it. And now we're going to search for the action reply to email, and we will select this. In the message ID, we will add the dynamic content for message ID, and we will select advanced parameters, and we will write the body of the email in which we will write that your invoice for the amount of, and now we will add a total value is approved, because this is in the true condition, so it obviously means that the invoice has been approved. And we can also add the subject, your invoice is approved. In the false portion of the conditional flow, we will also add a reply to email connector, and we will add the message ID, your invoice is rejected, and the same body of the email, and we will save this as well. Now, the last step is that we no longer need the initial runner flow built with Power Automate for desktop step. So we will delete this from the flow. Okay. Now let's save and test our flow.
Similar to what we've been doing in the previous sessions, we will send a new email with the subject filter of new invoice with an invoice attachment. And as soon as you send that email, the flow will get triggered. And because we have added an approval in Teams, this is what you receive in the Teams. This is the adaptive card, and it will give you the option to approve the invoice. And let's suppose you select yes. In case of yes, the flow that we have added in the scenario for the true condition, that will get triggered, and you will get an email for an invoice that your invoice has been approved. Because you selected yes in the approval flow, um, this you will get in your Outlook email inbox, and it would be the reply to email that you sent. And this contains the body that you entered in the flow, that your invoice amount of this total value has been approved, and your subject was your voices and approved as well. So this is how you trigger an approval flow in your Power Automate. Thank you for attending the session today. I'm sure you've learned how to integrate a Microsoft Teams based approval model and the associated conditional logic into the invoice processing cloud flow. Stay tuned for the next session.